welcome back to the Beach Bum Bookworm. I am Tiffany. I'm so glad y'all found me again today. My channel is all about cozy mysteries and romance books, and today I'm continuing my Spotlighting Cozy series. We've been talking about animal cozies, and we just may wrap up this cozy today, which is sad and exciting at the same time. Sad because I've really loved this spotlight. I haven't read a lot of animal cozies, so it's been so much fun, although my TBR is... It's also exciting, though, because that means a new spotlight is on the horizon, something new to look forward to, which is always a blast. I have ideas in my head of just all the different spotlights I want to do, and there's so many of them, but I don't know really where I want to go next yet. And so I wanted to throw it out there if anybody wants to make a suggestion of what spotlight they would like to see next. I do probably have to make a decision on the spotlight by like Wednesday, because that'll give me time to research all of these sites I need to make my list. All right, so anything else that you want to talk about, put those down in the comments. Which of these that you read, which of these you love, anything else that you have on your mind. Down there's the place to do it. On your way down to comment, don't forget to stop, hit the subscription and the notification bell, because that's going to tell you when I put on new videos each and every single week. All right, let's get to it. We're spotlighting animal cozies in 3, 2, 1, go! All right, guys. As always, before we hop right into this list, I do have just a few announcements. The first one is the Cozy Mystery Book Blogger Shout Out, which I've had so much fun doing. There's so many good cozy mystery blogs. So this one is Victoria7401blogspot.com. I'm going to put it directly into the description link. Go check it out. Subscribe to her mailing list. She has cozy mysteries on there. Today I saw a really cute dog, and there's recipes, and she does a bunch of different challenges. She takes part in book clubs. She does a lot. And there's also some running stuff on there. Not really my thing, but I think it's amazing. So really though, go check out her blog, Victoria7401.blogspot.com. I'm going to, again, put it straight into the description below as a link. You won't regret it. It's so good. The other announcement is we have a lot coming up in April. So the first one is next week. On the 17th is the Saturday, right? I believe so. We are doing our first ever Cozy Mystery Knockout Challenge. I'm so excited about this. I am collaborating with Cozy Row from Cozy Reads Mysteries, and we kind of created these brackets from like the concept of March Mystery Madness, the basketball tournament, that sort of thing. So this month we're doing culinary books. So we've put 2 culinary books up against each other. They will face off, and then next week is when they're going to face off. We're going to talk about them. Everybody share their opinions, what they liked, what they didn't on each book. And then we're going to vote. And the winner is going to face off against next month's books. And that theme is books about books, cozy mysteries about books. And we will be announcing those new books next Saturday as well, too. So that's really fun. So the 2 books that we're reading this coming Saturday, or have them read by this coming Saturday. If you don't want spoilers, if you haven't read them and you still want to join in the chat, seriously, we would love to have you, but just know that there will be spoilers because we have to be able to talk about it to kind of give our opinions. So the 2 books are, I just had a memory. Okay, let me start. The 2 books are Penne Dreadful by Catherine Bruns. It'll be right here. And Cobblered to Death by Rosemarie Ross right here. So again, they will face off. The winner will go on to the next round. It's going to be so much fun. So that will be next Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on this channel. All right, so the next announcement is the book club that we've started. So I hope this isn't too confusing, but we've decided to change our name. We're calling ourselves Killing Time with Cozies Book Club. I think it's amazing because it's kind of like a cozy mystery title, or that's what I was kind of thinking in my head and running with. We hope you like it. Hope it's not too confusing. That will be our first book club pick is this April. It is going to be A Dark and Stormy Murder by Julia Buckley, right here. So we will be discussing that at 4 p.m. So normally our lives are at 5 p.m. on Saturdays, but we're doing it at 4 because we have some UK friends that we're trying to, think about with time and stuff. I wish we could do all of them earlier, and maybe at some point we can, because we would love to do that and help them out. So we'll be discussing that book the following Saturday, which is the 24th, and we'll also be announcing our May book club pick. So we're very, very excited. We hope everybody joins us. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so our first spotlight is the Chet and Bernie mystery series. Book 1 is called Dog on It. It's going to be right here. It's by Spencer Quinn. The main character is Bernie Little and Chet, Bernie's dog. So the first book says, Chet, the wise and lovable canine narrator. Oh, wow. I did not expect this. All right. So we have the dog narrating this series. Canine narrator of Dog on It and Bernie, a down on his luck private investigator, are quick to take a new case involving a frantic mother searching for her teenage daughter. This well-behaved and gifted student may or may not have been kidnapped, but she has definitely gotten mixed up with some unsavory characters. With Chet's highly trained nose leading the way, their hunt for clues takes them into the desert to biker bars and other exotic locales, until the bad guys try to turn the tables and the resourceful duo lands in the paws of peril. Spencer Quinn's irresistible mystery kicks off with a delightful new series that will have readers panting for more. 12 books in that series. The dog narrates the series. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to at least give the first book a go. Let me know if you've tried that out. That sounds like so much fun. All right, guys, that was our cues. It was the only cue author I found. I forgot to mention this, but I will say, as always, if there is whatever spotlight I'm doing, if I miss a book, I try to kind of research a few different places when I put these lists together, but I know it's hard to believe. I sometimes may miss something. I'm just kidding. If I miss something that please, please, please feel free. I encourage you to put it in the comments. But that was our cues. So we are at ours. So the next series is the Cat Lady Mystery Series. It's by Linda Riley. Book 1 is called Escape Clause. It's right here. That is a phenomenal title. I am loving it. It says the main character is Laura Caphart. She is the owner of High Cliff Shelter for Cats and her blue-eyed rag doll. This takes place in New Hampshire. Here, killer. For the first time in 16 years, Laura Caphart has returned to her hometown of Whisker Jog, New Hampshire. She wants to reconnect with her estranged Aunt Fran, who's having some difficulty looking after herself and her 11 cats. Taking care of a bunch of kitties is easy, but keeping Fran from being harassed by local bully Theo Barnes is hard. The wealthy builder has his sights set on Fran's property and is determined to make her an offer she doesn't dare refuse. Then Laura spots a blue-eyed ragdoll cat that she swears is the reincarnation of her beloved Blue, her childhood pet. Perusing the feline to the edge of Fran's yard, she stumbles upon the body of Theo Barnes, clearly a victim of foul play. To get her and Fran off the suspect list, Laura finds herself following the cat's clues in search of a killer. Is Blue's ghost really trying to help her solve a murder, or has Laura inhaled too much catnip? It says there are 5 books in that series. Also another one that sounds really cute. The next series is the Second Chance Cat Mystery Series. This is by Sophie Ryan. The first book is called The Whole Cat and Caboodle. It's right here. That says the main character is Sarah Grayson. She is the owner of Second Chance Secondhand, which is a secondhand shop, and Elvis, her stray cat, takes place in Maine. All right, so this is a pretty popular series, and I think this is also, I'm going to say something that I'm not positive about. I probably shouldn't, but I think this is Sophie Kelly as well. So it says, Sarah Grayson is the happy proprietor of Second Chance, a charming shop in the oceanfront town of North Harbor, Maine. At the shop, she sells used items that she has lovingly refurbished and repurposed, but her favorite pet project so far has been adopting a stray cat she names Elvis. Elvis has seen 9 lives and then some. The big black cat with a scar across his nose turned up at a local bar when the band was playing the king of rock and roll's music and hopped in Sarah's truck. Since then, he's been her constant companion and the furry favorite of everyone who comes into the store. But when Sarah's elderly friend Maddie is found with the body of a dead man in her garden, the kindly old lady becomes the prime suspect in the murder. Even Sarah's old high school flame, investigator Nick Elliott, seems convinced that Maddie was up to no good. So it's up to Sarah and Elvis to clear her friend's name. 8 books in that series. I know I've read that before for another reason, and it sounds so good. I had this series on my TBR for a while. I think I would like everything about it. Let me know if you read that series. So the next series is called the Andy Carpenter series. It's by David Rosenfeld. It says the main character is Andy Carpenter, who is a defense attorney and also manages a dog rescue. This series takes place in New Jersey. The first book is called Open and Shut. It's right here. It says whether dueling with new forensics or the local old boys network. Defense attorney Andy Carpenter always leaves them awed with his biting wit and winning fourth quarter game plan. But Andy prefers the company of his best friend Tara to the people he encounters in the courtroom. Tara, a golden retriever, is clearly smarter than half the lawyers who clog the courts. However, just as it seems Andy has everything figured out, his dad, New Jersey's legendary ex-DA, drops dead in front of him at a game in Yankee Stadium. Wow, 24 books in that series. That sounds, I don't know if I've ever read a cozy where the victim is so close to the amateur sleuth, like Dad. Maybe. I'm not saying I haven't or that they don't exist. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. They're usually a little further removed. Wow. All right. Again, 24 books in that series, so it's been around a good long while. So the next series is the Prue Marlowe mystery series. It's by Clee Simon. The first book is called Dogs Don't Lie. It's right here. It says the main character is Prue Marlowe, who is an animal behaviorist and an animal psychic. It says Prue Marlowe isn't your ordinary animal psychic. A tough girl on the run from her own gift, Prue left the big city to return to her picturesque Berkshire's hometown looking for a little peace. Too bad that her training as an animal behaviorist got her mixed up with Lily, a rescue dog, and Charles, her person. Now Charles is dead, and Lily looks good for it. After all, Lily is a pit bull, a fighting ring dropout, and way too traumatized to give Prue a clear picture of what she has witnessed. But Prue knows something about bad girls trying to clean up. And with a sense of justice strong enough to overcome her dislike of human society, she takes the case. Listening to the animals, Prue picks up clues and learns that their secrets are in the pretty little town that made murder look simple. Unable to tell anybody about her psychic abilities, uncertain at times about her own sanity, Prue comes to realize that if she clears Lily, she's likely to become the prime suspect or the next victim. 7 books in that series. That is interesting. That is really intriguing. I don't know if it'd be something I would really like, but I can see where people would be drawn to it. I'm going to probably at least check out the first one. Let me know again if you've read it and if you think it would be something that I would enjoy. The next series is the Biscuit, McKee, and Marmalade Mystery Series. It's by Fran Stewart. The first book is called Orange as Marmalade. It's right here. The main character is Biscuit McKee, a librarian, and Marmalade, a tabby cat in Georgia. Meet Marmalade and Biscuit. This saucy cat and her human find a body in the library, and the fun begins. No one in Martinsville, a small town in northeastern Georgia, admits to knowing why Harlan Schneider was in the library. Clues seem to point to someone local, but nobody asks Marmalade. Then, when Biscuit's accident-prone sister visits, pursued by a creepy former boyfriend, Marmalade sees what's happening, but her humans just won't listen to her. So she decides to take matters into her own paws. Grab a cup of tea, sit back, and enjoy this snappy debut with its chatty cat and charming characters. 8 books in that series. I will be checking it out. The next series is the Tarot Cats series. It's by Diane A.S. Stuckart. The first book is called, I forgot to write it down. The first book is called Fool's Moon. It's right here. It says the main character is Ruby Sparks. They are a tarot card reader. This also features Ophelia and Brandon, tarot reading black cats. This series takes place in Florida. It says, most days, Ruby Sparks feels like the sign that says tarot card reader extraordinaire should say tarot card reader fairly competent. But as challenging as it is to take care of her half-sister's new age shop and her growing menagerie of enchanted pets, Ruby never worries that she's bitten off more than she can chew, until a customer wants her to divine the truth about a murder. When her own life is threatened with a double dose of danger, Ruby begins to wonder if she's being played for a fool. Luckily, she has Ophelia and Brandon, sibling black cats with a talent for tarot, and a feisty pit bull friend who all lend a paw in collaring the culprit before Ruby finds herself taking her final cat nap. It says there's only one book in that series. It says, being that it's named a series, I'm thinking there may be more, but I don't know. So the next series is called The Cats in Trouble Mystery Series. It's by Leanne Sweeney. The first book is called The Cat, the Quilt, and the Corpse. It's going to be right here. It says, Jill's quiet life is shattered when her house is broken into and her cat, Sierra, goes missing. Hope I'm saying the cat's name right. Jill's convinced her kitty's been catnapped. But when her cat crime solving leads her to a murdered body, suddenly all paws are pointing to Jill. Soon, Jill discovers that Sierra isn't the only purebred who's been stolen. Now, she has to find these furry felines before they all become the prey of a cold-blooded killer, and she ends up nabbed for a crime. 8 books in that series. That sounds super good. The next series is the Michaela Bancroft Horse Lovers Mystery Series. This is by Michelle Scott. The first book is called Saddled with Trouble. It's right here. It says, a series of a different color. Love it. The first horse lover's mystery. Quarter horse trainer Michaela Bancroft's husband is divorcing her for a 22-year-old beauty. Stunned, Michaela is trying to rein in her life when she finds her Uncle Lou murdered. Oh my gosh. And when she's nearly run off the road, she suspects she's on the fast track to being the next victim. 3 books in that series. I really like horses. I think that this is something I will definitely look into. The next series is also another horse series by the same author, Michelle Scott. It is the Vivian Taylor Horse Mystery Series. The first book is called Silent Harmony. It's right here. It says, small town 17-year-old Vivian Taylor is a talented equestrian with Olympic dreams, someone who has the ability to read horses' minds and moods. When she receives a full scholarship to attend Fairmont Riding Academy, a prep school with a famous riding program, she struggles with homesickness, hazing by the school's snooty drama queen, intense competition in the sport of 3-day eventing, and the not altogether unwelcome interest of a hot guy. On top of all of that, the horse given to Vivian via the scholarship is an animal that she cannot read or understand. When Vivian learns that her new horse Harmony belonged to the school's vet, who recently died in a freak accident, she senses that the horse's aloof behavior may be the result of her witnessing this accident. But as a connection begins to unfold between Vivian and Harmony, Vivian begins to believe that the vet's death was no accident at all, but rather murder. 3 books in that series. I've never read a cozy mystery where the sleuth was like 17, like a teenager. So that's really, really interesting. Again, I'll probably definitely check it out because, like I said before, I enjoy horses. So I think I'll definitely look into it. Let me know if you've read either of those. So the next series is the Southern Cousins Mystery Series. This is by Peggy Webb. The first book is called Elvis and the Dearly Departed. It's right here. The main characters are Callie and Lovey, who are cousins, and Elvis, who is Callie's basset hound. It says, they say you can't get to heaven without passing through the Eternal Rest funeral home. And no one gets into the Eternal Rest funeral home without passing muster with Elvis, the basset hound who's convinced he's a reincarnation of the king of rock and roll. Brewing up a big old pitcher of Mississippi mystery, Peggy Webb's delightful new series is as intoxicating as the Delta breeze. Normally, Callie Valentine Jones spends her days fixing up the hairdos of the dead. But when the corpse of prominent local physician Dr. Leonard goes missing, it's bad for business. Oh my gosh, I did not see any of this coming. So Callie and her cousin Lovey, Eternal Rest resident wake caterer, have no choice but to go in hot pursuit of the recently embalmed. Oh my God. It says there are 12 books in that series. I'm definitely checking it out. That sounds like a hoot. The next series is the Downward Dog mystery series. This is by Tracy Weber. The first book is called Murder Strikes a Pose. It's right here. The main character is Kate Davidson. They are a yoga instructor and her dog Bella, who's a German Shepherd. This series takes place in Seattle. It says, when George and Bella, a homeless alcoholic, and his intimidating German Shepherd disturb the peace outside her studio, yoga instructor Kate Davidson's zen-like calm is stretched to the breaking point. Kate tries to get rid of them before Bella scares the yoga pants off her students. Instead, the three of them form an unlikely friendship. One night, Kate finds George's body behind her studio. The police dismiss his murder as a drug-related street crime, but she knows George wasn't a dealer. So Kate starts digging into George's past while also looking for someone to adopt Bella before she's sent to the big dog park in the sky. With the murderer nipping at her heels, Kate has to work fast or her next corpse pose may be for real. 6 books in that series. That sounds a little more like serious of a topic than most cozies. The cover is really cute. I'll probably check it out. Our last 3 books, I don't really have a big synopsis on them, but I wanted to name them and show the covers that I could find. So the first one is the Beanie and Cruiser mystery series. This is by Sue Owens Wright. The first book is called Howling Bloody Murder. It's right here. It says there are 4 books in that series. The next one is the Gun Zoo mystery series. This is by Betty Webb. The first book is called The Anteater of Death. It's right here. And the last series is the Samantha Holt mystery series. This is by Karen Ann Wilson. The book is called 8 Dogs Flying. It's right here. And there are 4 books in that series. I hope you enjoyed this spotlight. That is the very end of our animal spotlight. I've enjoyed it so much. It's so bittersweet to be finishing up. Like I said, let me know if there's a spotlight that you want to see next. I have a gazillion floating around in my head. I just don't know if anybody has a next stop that they want me to make. So again, by Wednesday, just so I have time to finish them out. And until next time, may all your future reads be 5 stars. Bye, everyone.